But I think slavery is real. It's not as real in America, but we bitch about slavery that happened, fudge 100 years ago, back in the Civil War. There's still real slavery in the world
Today.
today. Like for your iPhones or for your Teslas. I watched a video today about one of the mines that they have in Africa, and they have all these African kids and teenagers and young men using their hands to dig, using these like cheap, and like there's mudslides, or not mudslides, like sand slides that covers like these people in the tunnel, and they're trying to get them out of the tunnel. I just saw it on one of Joe Rogan's podcasts. He just had a thing on it this week, even talking about it, and how all in the name of like bettering our lives for Tesla, for your iPhone, your computer, stuff like that makes our lives easier. These kids are slaves. They're working the mines, I don't know, 18 hours a day. They I couldn't imagine. And yet we want to talk about, Greenpeace and this and that. And we're an advocate for that. Well, we're not an advocate for that when we're making money, because it's cheap labor. We look up, that's where your blind eye goes, what you were talking about. We'll make a blind eye of this because they're making our Nike shoes and our, this and that. That's why I don't care what you talk about, because you're full of crap. You say you care about the world. You say you want to police it. You want to make lives better. Stop that. Then we'll talk. Same thing with LeBron James. Like those shoes that are $200 to make a shoe. How much do you think they really cost? Pennies. With those little kids, those kids in sweatshops in Asia. That's why Asia is always going to do well, is because we're always getting our products made very cheap and sold highly expensive here in the U.S.
Especially if you brand it too with a name and you get a celebrity on board, you pay that celebrity out.
Yeah, like a Kardashian.
Yeah, and all of our cell phones are not conflict free. So we're all a little bit of hypocrite to this. And all those people who work at those mines, they're dealing with respiratory issues, because breathing in all that dust. There's children. Half of those people working there don't even have shoes. I mean, that guy, I saw the same podcast on Joe Rogan. He revealed all of that. And you see pregnant women working there. You see women holding their kids as they're working there too. And
no media.
no one wants to look at it. No one wants to feel bad that the cell phone that they have comes from conflict. All of our possessions.
Blood money.
Comes from, conflict and blood diamonds and stuff.
Yeah, it comes from like blood money is where it comes from. Because if you think about it, the aspect that you're saying, like we're naive to what's going on in the world. We're naive to like what it really took for our phones and all this stuff. So when I see a woke person, and I say that with all due respect.
I still don't know what woke means, honestly.
And I'll know next week by the next show. We're gonna have a special segment on woke. But when you see one of these advocates, going, "Oh, I got you on video," well, guess what? That you're trying to be a social justice warrior, but that phone of yours probably costed a couple lives, to be honest. Mm-hmm. How many, or take your 10-year-old son, look at your son or daughter and think, in another country, they'd be working in a mine. Mm-hmm. Probably not even getting paid.
I mean, we live such a good life in the U.S. that people don't understand how difficult it is to be a human being in other countries.
I agree with you. Even being a minority growing up, I still think we had the best lives.
We're still better than a lot of other places in the world. Just being in the U.S., growing up here, and we just grew up with a sense of entitlement. We lost our appreciation for everything we have. Our freedom, just have a roof over our head. Yeah, we're dealing with difficult things like inflation stuff. Like, I get it, it's rough, but I'd still rather be here than anywhere else. I would have moved there otherwise.
Thanks for watching our clip. If you want to see more clips like this and you like our views, like the show, click here for some more clips. If you want to hear the whole podcast, watch the whole podcast, click here for the whole podcast. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll get back to you. Thank you, and have a great day.